So much for joining us today. As above, so below. This is my day of power, and I want to say salutations to many of you guys that have been on our platform, and to each and every one of you guys that have been commenting, sharing, and also hitting that like button. We want to say thank you. I want to first all say salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, and to my Oba, to my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, and Paulo. Whether you're a mystic or Ajay, whether you are a Kabbalist, whether you're a shamanist, whether you're an Obia man or you're a root worker, this is the live for you. If you're a Christian that practice the ATRs, or you are a person that have left the church but still practice the ATR, but you got church in you, this live is for you. I want to say also to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for your love and support. What's up, Jelly Sweet? My Gemini in the house. As you guys are being notified, if this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are truly deeply rooted in the ATR. I want to say, I don't misplace the other phone, and so but that's why I'm late getting on here, just out here trying to figure out. I might take my book back. But to each and every one of you guys that have been sending cash apps, I want to say thank you to those that have Zelled me, to those that have been a part of this platform for a very long time. Understand? What's up there, my baby Scorpio? What's up there, Love Taurus in the house? What's up there, Unveiling and Pisces? Thank you guys for being with us on tonight. What's up there, Karen O'Brien, my Gemini? What's up, Boaz? Thank you so much, Bo. I really appreciate you today. That was I love that song. Guide me, oh thou great Jehovah. And I love that. Feed me till I want no more. And to each and every one of you guys that have been chiming in and being not only from social media, but my emails, also to all of you guys that got your packages, thank you so much. I'm waiting on my Natasha Foster, my Aquarius from North Carolina. But much love to each and every one of you guys. And we want to thank God for Renee, for Monique, for Mama Susan, and to all of you guys that are out here that are chiming in and strengthening this platform. Thank you so very much. Also, guys, I want to say to each and every one of you guys, much love and support that you have been giving me. But we want to say hello and thank you to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. And we are so very thankful for you guys being here and learning on this platform. I hope that a lot of things that I have been teaching, whether you took my classes, whether intermediate, if beginners or advanced, whether you have been getting my products or if you my talisman, on today is my day of power. We want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys that are embracing my crowning, and also in honor of our first Orisha, Mafedi Fum, Mario LeVar Dawkins, Ochosi. He has been the first Orisha of our church. What's up there? Dimples in the house. Thank you so much for being with us, and much love. I love, my favorite color is blue. Navy blue, but mostly any shade of blue. I'm fanatical about. Understand? What's up there, Monique 444? Crab Cakes is in the house. I want to say to each and every one of you guys that there is a teaching tonight that I feel that as you grow in your spiritual journey, that this is going to help you. To all of you that have gotten consultation with me, you'll understand this more so than other people. Or if you practice astrology and understand how astrology is very significant in your journey and how it affects your magic and your spirituality. So we're going to talk about something today. And a lot of times in my readings, I talk about the ego, and I talk about different ones that I try to guide them when it comes down to the ego. And understand that every zodiac sign has an ego, and an ego is sits in the house of Aries. And since this is my day of power, as above so below, Jupiterian energy, I want to talk about this today and hope. There you go. She said, "Thank you for my wonderful package." Yes, thank you for. I much love. That is my chocolate. And I say, and I want to talk about this today because this is about journey and being effective in your Ache, your Chi, your Prana. And like I said, guys, universally, it affects everybody. And when you are trying to be who you are in this these ATRs, and you're trying to, especially in the age of Aquarius, being as authentic and genuine to your own Ache as possible, but do not allow your personal ego to trip you up. So my subject tonight is stop tripping over your ego on your spiritual journey. And so I hope that as I endeavor to explain the ego in the house of Aries, that many of you guys will understand that when it comes down to manifestation, whether you are flowing in your destiny, and the things that your ancestors may have for you, or the Eguns may have for you, or the Moretos may have for you, or the Orishas or Loas, or any other deity that is attached to your life. This is so important in your personal journey. And this is something that I strive myself, because I am a Sagittarius, my moon is in Aries, and my rising sign is Pisces. And understanding your ego and knowing as much as you can about your ego and how to navigate on your spiritual journey while not allowing your ego to trip you up in the process. Ego is a part of your spiritual journey, but it is not the spiritual journey. And this is something I want to share very, very in depth with many of you guys, especially if you're doing love magic, you're doing money magic, you're doing business, or you're doing any type of healing work. Ego still plays a part. If you're trying to do protection work, ego plays a part. If you're trying to evolve and transform and transmute, ego plays. If you're trying to do reversal work, ego. It does matter. Identity of your energy, your chi and your prana, it matters. Okay, so we're gonna first start with Luke, the 14th chapter. I'm kind of uneasy because I need that other phone to do the other stuff, and I just, since yesterday, when last time I had it was yesterday. I know it was yesterday because some of the saints called me and asked me about Cash App, so I know I had it yesterday. Anyway, what's up, Sister Jackie? My tower is in the house now. Luke, the 14th chapter, the 11th verse. It says, "For whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased," means lowered. "And whosoever humbled himself or abased himself or himself shall be exalted." Now, in spiritual practices, and whether you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Christianity, Kabbalah, Mystic, Ajay, atheist, it don't matter. Everybody has an ego, which is your identity. That's which sits in the house of Aries, and it is who you are, and it's how you identify. I know that in certain types of LGBTQ community, this word identity has taken on a whole nother form. But it is important when it comes down to magic and spirituality and protecting your energy, your particular identity in this particular time. And why that's significant is because you are an individual ray of sunshine. You are an individual drop of rainwater. You are an individual wave, but you consist of a bigger platform. You consist of a bigger body. And in your individuality, you bring something unique and significant to whatever purpose you play in this time frame called life, okay? And this is why it is important to identify your identity, but it is also very, very important as you sojourn through this thing called life, is to understand that your identity plays a part of a body. It plays a part of a corporate connection. And a lot of times, when people are out here trying to find their way and they have been rejected, they have been abused, or they have a certain level of insecurity, they overstate their ego. They push more than their ego. This is why I tell people, like, when it comes down to who you are when the age of Aquarius, you need to understand your energy as a Pisces, your energy as a Taurus, your energy as a fixed sign, your energy, who you identify in the house of Aries has a lot to do with understanding your ego. In that ego, you also understand the ripple effect of who you are and how you play a part in these particular practices, these particular manifestations, and what your ancestors have for you, how you identify with your Eguns, your ancestors, how you identify with Orishas. It's like I identify with Oya very differently than another person that practices working with Oya, or somebody that is on a different path than I am on this same journey. Identification allows you to understand significantly and specifically what you bring to people, places, and things. Now, what people don't understand about me, by me being in the church, I have always been prophesied, and I also resonate with the concept that I am a repairer of the breach. I go into the waste places. I go to the rejected. I go to the trodden down. I go to them that have been ostracized, criticized by society. I'm always fighting for the underdog. But in my identity, I also am able to help other people that are not the underdog, that are not downtrodden. But a particular aspect of who I am has a lot to do with people that have been rejected, people that lack personal confidence, people that deal with certain issues in their life. And I am very good at that, of helping people that did not come from much. I'm able to help them find their way and find their own prosperity, find their own healing, their own success, and their own identity in this thing called life. Now, what also happens in that is you need to understand your significance in your spiritual journey. You also need to not overstate your significance. And what happens when people have been downtrodden, or people have not been heard, they scream louder than they need to scream. They speak more than they need to speak. They are over justified, or they're overly aggressive or underly aggressive. And this has a lot to do with understanding your personal significance in your bloodline, your personal significance in your spiritual journey, whether it is an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, or Kumin. This is why certain people, when they don't understand their ego, they find everybody as a threat. They find everybody, I don't care if they're in a relationship, it could be a good relationship. I don't care if they're on a job, it could be a good job. I don't care if they're in a business, it could be doing fine. But because they don't understand who they are and their personal significance, they will make themselves more important than they need to be, or they will make themselves less important than they need to be. This is why the scripture says they that humble themselves, it's always better to take the low road. No matter, even somebody like me, high-minded as a Sagittarius, it is best. When I go into a place, I never put myself in a high seat. Whether I go to a church, whether I go to a Mananza, whether I go to a Ile, wherever I go on my spiritual journey, I always allow the people that are in authority. I always allow the people that are the shot callers in that situation. They tell me. I would tell my Padrino, where do you want me to sit? I never take it upon myself, because of who I think I am and who I've manifested myself to be in this time frame, to exalt myself in other places, people, and things. And that, sir, ma'am, is just wisdom. If you don't ever want to find yourself being chin checked, have a sober-minded, I don't care what you have accomplished. When President Biden or any other president of the United States goes other places, what they do is they allow them they annunciate their coming. You understand? And so therefore, everybody, no matter how great you think and wonderful you think you are, everybody doesn't see you like that. And everybody doesn't see you in a certain level of importance when it comes down to their spiritual journey. And sir, ma'am, that's okay. But the purpose of understanding this is to understand, not to allow you as the individual, you as a Capricorn, you as an Aquarius, you as a Gemini, you as a Leo, you as a Virgo, you as a whatever energy you identify as, to not allow it to trip you up. And to understand that, you need to understand that identify yourself as salt, but know what level and degree why you should be inserted. Sometimes you need more salt, and sometimes you need less salt. Sometimes you need more sugar, and sometimes you need less sugar. And that has to do with you having a certain level of self-control and temperance when it comes to your own chi, your prime. As talkative as I am, there's a time that I know how to be silent. You don't want who you are to become the stumbling block to your own destiny, your own blessings, your own ability to manifest. And a lot of times, people do not take out time to understand their ego. In order to understand your ego allows you to know how to go in and navigate in around other people, places, and get blessings. Whether it's like David had a healthy check on his ego. I'm explaining something to y'all, because when I teach this stuff, a lot of us like to lie about who we are. Most people could not have been anointed by the same prophet that King Saul was anointed by. Be sanctioned, come from a place where he was not the pick in his family. And once he gets, and then I want y'all to understand, once he begins to manifest that anointing right in front of King Saul, and the people are saying, David, so King Saul killed his 1,000, David killed his 10,000. Let me explain something to most people. No matter what your practice is, no matter what you do, most people will not have that level of humility. Knowing that you are the replacement of King Saul, knowing that Saul has it out for you, you would not have handled those situations where you had the upper hand by the divine God, but you still did not possess the kingdom. King Saul, ever so rejected by God, ever so being chastised by God, was still sitting on the throne. Most people would allow their ego to trip them up because of who they feel they are, what was spoken. I'm just saying, even if it is true, it is still not your timing. It is still not your season. The same thing when we talked about the movie of Fiona on the movie Coven. Her ego caused her to kill her predecessor. It was not her time to take power. It was her time to rule as a supreme, but because she felt herself and her ego, she tripped her own self up. I want y'all to understand something. You don't need to take position of power and before time. A lot of you guys hear about whether it, and I'm not even speaking from false prophecy. I'm not speaking from a place of false prediction. I am saying even if it is true, you don't want to trip yourself up. Because even in the time where King David was not king, he was learning about the kingdom. Being humble will allow you to learn up under somebody else's tutelage, in somebody else's house, at somebody else's jurisdiction. A lot of you guys cannot grow effectively because you don't know how to stay humble, even if God is promoting you, even if God is advancing you. This is what happens in the household of many of our children. It also happened when I was a kid. When you don't have a certain level of humility, you don't have a certain level of awareness of self, you feel you just as grown as your parents. That is also true when it comes to spiritually. You can tell when somebody feels that they are just in the same category. They're just as much man that you are. They're just as much woman that you are. They're just as much gifted as you are. I have been able to succeed whether I was more gifted, more talented, and more powerful than my leaders. Because I understood that was not my house. I understood it wasn't my time. When people were coming to me saying, oh, you're going to be an apostle, when people were coming to tell me that I was this and I was that, I understood where I was. I had people trying to get me to be a pastor before time. People tried to get me to be apostles before time. And I did not allow people to put me in position until I was ready. Because at that point, I was ready for the response or the responsibility that was going to come along with that. And too many of you guys are trying to get out here to be a hoodoo worker, a voodoo worker, a conjurer, a mystic, and an IJ. And because you've been crowned, because you have been initiated, because you've been scrapped, it does not mean it still is your season to lead, to guide. I want you to understand, you can have all the man parts and still not be ready for the man responsibility. You can have all the woman parts and still not be ready. Don't allow your ego. And this is what I also say to many of you guys that watch these other people that are here ego tripping, and they're tripping over their own ego, because what they say, what is understood does not need to be explained. And a lot of times, we find ourselves explaining to people that are ego tripping. And their agenda is not to be a part of the body. Because I'm explaining here. St. John, the 5th chapter, the 30th verse. Mafedi Fun Ochosi. St. John, the 5th chapter, verse 30. It says, I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not of my own will or my own desire, but the will of the Father which has sent me. If I bear witness of myself, my witness is not true. Let me tell y'all something. I learned from a lot of old school when it came down to the ATRs in my spiritual journey. And not it is that you forget right here wrong. What are your ability room and that people that social media spiritual community. That's the people even in say or see is a lot of you trying to come out to the community purpose in your life. Mr. Mario organs that are going on in his heart calls him to leave this work. Stay the of your to the to the platform and as people but parts and who you are and you don't want to oversee your and this is how you end up overplaying. Also, state you're important. Step in the play roles not only people to play roles in your time. More respect, more knowledge, the people that are operate even more so self-important. Like people that overvalue you in true power, abilities, and seek self-aggrandizement. More seeing others. Let me tell you from somebody that has a lot of time. Let me somebody a lot of prosperity. Reason most cannot grow is because of ego. Because here, so very help, is your her doctor is because your order you don't understand the role you don't your role of the spirit why and listen, you want to be anything want this Nick how to you don't to in our spiritual age the We need you want to go because you feel that you can roll better. And you won't you can be somebody's replacement. You want to allow you to play a supporting role until your time. Because every man get a chance. Every woman get a chance. I don't care if it's an evil chance you're going to mess up. And I'm going to tell you why you're going to mess up. Because your ego would not have allowed you to learn what you need to learn when it comes to your opportunity. Huh? Instead of talking about everybody else in marriage and relationships and businesses, wait your turn. Because if you paying enough attention, the internet is in and out. Okay. Oh no, sort of on such a good live. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it going. Hopefully, the video itself be good. But I say this in understanding, guys, where we are, what is going on. In John, the 5th chapter, verse 30, understanding you cannot do nothing of your own. The heart needs the blood, the veins. This is why I came to Facebook, because YouTube. Oh, so is YouTube. Okay, thank you, baby. They give me a run, but is Facebook working good? So but it's still going on. So I say this. What's up, Stormy? So I say this because if our melanated people don't understand what ego is, then they're going to continue to trip up, because no matter how much systematic racism exists, no matter how many opportunities that may come your way, your ego won't allow you to ask. The Bible says, ask and it shall be given. You don't know enough about the timing when it is a time to receive help. Your ego won't allow you to get help, because then you don't want nobody to say they had to help you. Well, I want to explain to you, everybody is going to, because you're a part of a body, you are part of a elay, you are part of a system of magical beings, you're going to get help and assistance. Don't allow yourself and allow your ego as a fixed sign, your ego as a mutable sign, your ego as a cardinal sign, your ego as a tata, a mambo, your ego as a part of playing insignificant roles in your mind. I watch people, and this is why I talk about the baby toe, and this is why I talk about angels, because some of y'all in y'all ego, you keep minimizing your role in certain people's lives. And that alone is allowing your ego to trip you up. Oh, I'm just a handmaid. I'm just a servant of the Most High. I'm just a devotee of the ATRs. I am. You think you're being humble, but you're making the gift or the role you're playing in this thing called life insignificant. And God don't make anything insignificant. There's a purpose to everything that exists. There's a purpose to the ant, just like there's a purpose to the elephant. There's a purpose to healing, just like there's a purpose to destruction. Everything has a purpose and it plays a role, whether it is above or whether it's below. Everything has a purpose. And because you have this false sense of humility, because that's not really humility, because you can still be humble and be significant. You can still play a lower role, because guess what? Just like I operate in my higher self, I also operate in my lower self. All of it is significant, and it's all a part of my life. So trying to be a perceived humble person, when the truth is you're not humble. You're only pretending to be humble until you get what you want, or get where you want, or to get who you want, or to get what you want. And then the real you actually shows up at that point. Well, if you have true discernment and understand roles and understand the significance of energy in a Pisces, a Aries, or a Taurus, or a Gemini, or Aquarius, or Cancer, then you understand when certain people are putting on fronts. Huh? See, I don't have to pretend not to be a Sagittarius and play a quiet role when I'm a naturally loud person, whether it's in colors, whether it is in my communication, whether it is in my speech, whether it is in the way that I operate in my gifts, and I can still be humble because I am operating truly. Humble is to submit yourself to a higher power, and I am submitted. Whether that is in Ocha, whether it is in voodoo, whether it is in conjure, whether it is in mysticism, whether it is in Kabbalah, I am submitted to a higher force. Whether it's that my higher self or my higher beings or my esoteric, at the end of the day, I am being led. I am being guided. Even though I get frustrated with situations and circumstances, I immediately go back to who sent me, who purposed me, who sent me here. A lot of times when you hear me talking, you're not understanding that I am speaking as authoritative as I am up under that authority. I am speaking because I got jurisdiction. I am speaking because I was given authority and I was given permission. You understand? This is what you learn when you are submitted up on authority. They will teach you how to walk in the trueness of your essence. I can be as bold, I can be as grandeur as I desire to be, as long as I am submitted to the higher power. And that I operate in that power and that authority when I am told and I am sanctioned. This is why you don't see me out here spiritually bullying people. Huh? You see me out here chin checking people that operate. And this is where you get our African American people get upset. Because when you get put in your place, you call that somebody put down. Because you allowed your to something than what you are. Or you're more significant in a particular time. Let me tell you something. A significant role for the widow to play. When significant role, she was not no those things, but she this has a significant role. And if you stop trying to be something to somebody being accepted by somebody, understanding your psyche, how you think and what your role is and who you like. See, why I don't get in competition with other folks, I can only do my journey. I ride the I control whether it's a high tide or a low. I do control is how I behave at that tide. Huh? I don't control what type of day that's going to be as much as I understand and the tools that I have to deal with that day. If he give me my or she give me the bread, then I have to become a steward of that daily bread. Huh? I'm gonna say this: let your ego cause you to go hungry. Don't let your ego cause you to miss out on things because you're tripping. It's not your time to reign. I didn't sit on the throne as a matriarch until my grandmother. I wasn't going around here while my grandmother was living saying that I was a king. See, a lot of y'all got this trip though with Apostle Ely. I became 18. Because the person that was sitting on the throne at that time in the matriarchal system was still living. When they passed over, and then when they passed over, they endowed me with some of their power. So I can fulfill my. As I have been endeavoring to go through the process, I have been understanding to other people teaching me how to. Now I'm able to be effective no matter what is going on or what's not going on. Don't let your ego trip you up. Understand what the role of your ego in your life. Don't lose out on relationship that you are meant to have because you are your ego to trip you up. Whether you were too stubborn as a fixed sign. Whether you were always starting and never finishing stuff as a cardinal sign. Was forever changing. Huh? As a mutable sign. You was all over the place. Don't allow your ego and who you are, your real destiny and your real purpose of being who you are. and being who you are to people. This is why it's so important, even in marketing, you got to know your audience. You find out your audience based off of your destiny. You find out your audience based off of your purpose. Mafedi Fun Oshun, Lydia in the house. This is why I tell people you may not ever talk to Skid Row bums. That might not be your destiny. This is why you don't judge people, because you don't know their pathway. You don't know what path, why the divine mother or father have them people down those roads, but they do. And I want you to understand, don't allow your ego to become a hindrance in somebody else's evolution because you are hating, because right now, because you don't know who you are, you don't know why you are the way that you are, you don't know why you like what you like. This is why I tell people all the time, when you're trying to get your healing, when you're trying to get your physical or spiritual or mental or emotional healing, you need to understand your ego. This is why when I walk in my divineness, I understand my frequency. Why I am a child of Oya. Why I have a Mafedi Fun Oshun. Why when I look at my Ita and all that, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me, Minister Mario, son of Achosi, his energy in my life, his energy in my ministry. Because Minister Mario was a Capricorn and my North Node is when you start understanding your roles and other people's roles, you start functioning in harmony as a body. Huh? You know what happens? You start blood clots in the spiritual body because you start being selfish. Because you don't understand your significance and you don't understand you start restraining yourself. You start holding back. You start shutting down. And this is causing the body to overwork. Just like the natural body overworks when the organs don't work, then the same thing happens spiritually. You're causing other people that are vital organs in your life to overwork because you don't know how to stop letting your ego trip you up. You can't humble yourself when you keep letting your ego come on. Yep. Some of y'all got y'all ego front center. And the whole thing is to identify in energy. So you could function as a independent energy among the rest of the energies and know your significant role that you're going to play in this life and in this time frame. There are certain things that I play in people's lives. And so therefore I cannot allow my ego when I don't feel good or something's going on frustrating me. Because at first I was like, I'm not going to go on because I can't find the phone and I'm not, then I'm like, no, this is necessary. I gave my word. Even when things are going on in your life and you may not personally care for how it is going on, you still got to do your role. You still got to run your course. Don't allow your ego, how you feel about things, to be more significant than the purpose of why you are here. Do not allow, you're in voodoo, don't allow your ego not for you to perfect yourself in voodoo. If you're in Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Obia, if you are trying to learn up under somebody and become a better version of yourself as a man, as a woman, or you want better things in relationship, you want to be a better parent, you want whatever it is that you are going through. This is why this stuff is important. This is why you need to have an ear to hear. Not only you need to know the voice of your ego of yourself, but you need to know the ego of your husband, wife, your padrino, your madrina, your tata, your mumbo, your apostle. Understand their ego, their psyche, how they go, how they operate, so you and them can walk in harmony. You know why we don't do it? Because it takes work. You know why we don't do it? Because it takes time. You're too busy trying to do you in people's life and not trying to understand how you play a role in their life. This is why we have spiritual wrecks. This is why we have people that need a lot of insurance, because they're reckless with their ego. This is why some of y'all got high premiums on your spiritual vehicle, because you yourself you're not a good driver in life. You're not a person that pays attention. You don't stay alert, because the only significance on that road is you. You want to do you and not pay attention to other people, what they out there doing. You don't want to obey the spiritual signs that I hear in these spiritual practices, so you will know how to navigate in these spiritual traditions. So everybody can follow these laws. So if something happens, we know how to go back to basics. We know how to go back to foundation. That's why we call them universal laws. They're not only there to protect you, they're there to protect me in my role, in your role. And this is why ego needs to be acknowledged. And the only person that needs to have an understanding of the ego to navigate is you. You will get better along with people, places, and things. You will achieve more with people, places, and things when you understand your ego. I already understand that certain things about my ego, certain people are going to be, I have a very strong personality. Huh? And more people worried about me when I'm quiet, because I'm a very rowdy person. When I'm quiet, because I am, at most of the time, if I'm that quiet, I am plotting. When I get quiet, I'm registering what's going on and I'm adjusting. I'm making changes. I'm rearranging furniture. I'm reassessing things. That's when I get quiet, that's what I'm doing. I'm figuring out what I'm going to do or what I'm not going to do. And I'm going to be led in that. Because I don't want to be so caught up in how I feel, how I think, or what's going on with me that I start interfering. I had told Mother Susan, I think I was talking to her about this, and I was saying, I was not in a good spirit, and I didn't want to touch, I was in a funky mood, and I didn't want to touch people packages and stuff like that, because I really care about my energy and how I care for my clientele base and stuff like that. When you understand that you're not that important, that you cannot rest or back, because to be effective in people, you need to be grounded. You need to be here. So I don't want you, no matter how much I go and develop on social media platforms, I know I'm not that guy. And I want to say to some of you there that think you're doing stuff on it is everything first to be the truth. But this actually be a physical part to be in order to be here on this time frame, this and all that, acknowledging that that's your, that's how good God, that's how you have a significant way, play a significant play a significant role as a, but in order to you, something has to. So a part of humility is to understand how much powerful come out powerful other. No amount of growth, no resource, no matter economic, make you forget. Or means that something is. It's keeping me and keeping me from. I love the quote. The Lord is my light and is a strength. So if I claim the strength to my life, there's a source of that's me acknowledging that I'm not standing on my own. That is me when I'm calling on my angels and my acknowledging you see me and I'm going to my spirits and that's me acknowledging my own. Without as I can do nothing without I would fail. Without God, my life wouldn't be drifted. Without a still, our ancestors, if our reaches, if the sun and the moon and all plays a part of our magic, by me acknowledging them, by me calling them in the form of humility, I'm yielding my vessels to how extraterrestrial beings. I'm being shielded, protected, seek the wisdom and giving guidance. That's for the humble. some power, you some cheat, some man or some God that play a significant role. The role. This is gonna go on. Just like Mario, he was according to the realms from heaven into the earth, then it back. At a significant time, my timeline, Apostle here, and pour out and pour it in, but then go back. It's never destroyed. It is transformed, but it's destroyed. With unconcerned man, you may be pastor, but you're with me. I have to deal with those egoons. So important and significant in your healing as you get your instant burn. God, if you sending cash apps for instant, you gotta post it because I don't have. Yeah, on YouTube. Love It Is Chop is way better on Facebook, but once I get off here, I'm pretty sure it'll adjust because it's showing really good on my end. So hopefully, once I get off tonight, it'll when you replay it, it'll be great. So that's the hope. But I say to you guys, with that understanding, whether a root worker or a conjurer or a mystic or a Christian or a prayer warrior, Bo said he went to Facebook. That's right. Be connected, babies. Because if one thing go to acting up, you got something else. And so I say this, guys, don't allow your ego not to allow you to play the part you need to play. Don't do it. I would never be this strong in the ATRs if I had allowed my ego. Things that were said to me, things are how they were said to me, things were done, the setbacks, the trials, all that. I wouldn't be here at this capacity. I wouldn't have the fortitude that I have today. Ego. $ Apostle Ely 1. Those have my Zelle. Y'all know how to do that as well. But I say, most of you guys have been going with me a long time, so I don't have a problem burning incense for you, even though I don't have, because you're honest people and y'all been good to me, and so therefore I don't have a problem doing that. But I want you to understand significance. I want you to understand, don't allow your ego to trip you up. Please understand that, yeah, you may be an E5 Voodoo Santeria, but you're still an Aries. You're still a Taurus. You're still a fixed sign. You're still a mutable sign. You're still a cardinal sign. You still have those ignorant energy signatures in the age of Aquarius, and you play a significant role. But do not overstate your role play. I would never allow myself, because of who I am and who I have become in this life, make me think that my life ain't no different than anybody else's life. It's fragile. You here today, you gone tomorrow. I hope that I make enough impact that my being remembered, my frequency be remembered in the ATRs, my whatever contribution that I have given to society or life, that it is a significant, that when my energy is called upon or my energy is flowing, that people will see that, oh, that reminds them of my role that I play in my timeline. That's what our journey is all about. We say it all the time in the church, where we are pilgrims passing through, but we act like we here to stay. We act like that no matter whether it's sex. That's why I don't have no regrets. I have absolutely no regrets. Whether who I be with, who I deal with, whether it work out, whether it don't work out, because if it was meant for me to play a role in your life, I'm going to play that role, and I am going to endeavor to play it well. If my significance in your life is for 6 months, a year, Minister Mario, it was almost 13 years. This is what it is. Oh, y'all ain't playing. So this is why, no matter where you are, it's like the Clark sisters. They played a significant role in the gospel, but they're not the gospel. I'm going to say that again. You in this world, but I mean, you in this world, but not of this world. You got to be of the ATRs, Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, but understand it is bigger than you. But I am striving in my evolutions and my contribution and my yielding myself to be a significant role that I will be remembered to be a part of this working. And I hope that as I impact your life, as I impact you sexually, mentally, emotionally, as I impact your faith level, as I impact upon you economically, I hope that I am helping you see a bigger and broader version and the significance of you and you who you are individually to me. But just like my platform, everybody in here is an individual, but we make up this platform, not just Apostle Ely. Whether you're on whether you are on Facebook, whether you're on my TikTok, whether you're, all of these people, whether they are there for 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 5 years, or been there from the beginning to the end, it don't even matter. You know what matters is that these wavelengths are reaching, resonating with people here and there, and that's what the significance is. And I don't, no matter what the divine does through me, I never want to make myself more than what I ought. And that's a part of the humility. Never get beyond your gift, your talent, your purpose, your measure of faith, your measure of grace. This is how a lot of people get in trouble, because they go beyond their measure of grace with people, places, and things. Stay in your lane, stay in your measure, stay in your grace, and you will always have the protection of the divine. And to all of y'all that are out here pretending to be humble, it's not real. We all have a significant role. That's my Sagittarius. She in here. I have yet met another leader like you. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Bo, you have. When I tell you I love me some Bo, I have individual relationships with each and every one of you guys, and you guys are very significant to me. But as a collective, it is even more a blessing. And I hope that whatever role that I am playing in my ego, that I am enhancing who you are, so you can play a greater role, not only in my life, but a greater role in the people that you're connected to. And that I want you guys to reach your healing. I want you, but you can't if you're out here not operating in your ego and not understanding your ego and understanding your role. Stop doing that. You are a positive role to others. And I don't want to just be a positive role. I want to be a negative role. You know, I'm not here to be just a positive role. I want to be a negative role. I want you to understand yin and yang. I want you to see my dark side. I want you to understand my up days, my down days, so you can navigate this thing called life. Trying to be too positive is negative, and trying to be too negative is not good. You got to have a balance, and always trying to come across always in good spirits, always trying to come across like you got all the answers. When I don't have the answers, I say, lead me to the rock that is hiding in my. I try to teach you how in every aspect of your life, wherever you are or whatever you practice, universally, what it is to be who you are, and then stop allowing your ego to mess up things that was meant for you because you don't know how to play a role. It is important. Let me tell y'all something. Your giving. I looked at Stormy. Monique has sent me something today. Those are frequencies of expression. Because money is nothing but currency. It says to me, I'm thinking about you. It says to me, I care about what you're going through. It says to me, I care about how you are not only helping me, but helping other people that I relate to. That is a part of our collective. That is a part of, I want my hand, whatever measure I can assist, I want to do that. Whether it is through the currency of encouraging you through a text message or sending a post or hitting a like. Because when you pour back into me, it motivates me to come out here and to keep swinging, to keep fighting. Because there are certain people, no matter how I fight for them, they don't care. I get it. But then there's other people, they care. There's other people that want to hear my version and my frequency and my vibration. They want to see me practice voodoo in their life. They want to see me practice hoodoo or Ocha, Lukumi, or Kabbalah, whatever it is. That's why that means I sit here and I look at many of you guys and I say, I hope they understand significance. I hope they understand their ego. I hope they understand their role in my life. And that would they stop saying, you don't mean that to me. Because, oh, this person can give 10,000 or this person can. I acknowledge all of it. Whether all you did was give me $1, I acknowledge it all. Because it takes the collective to continue help me do what I do out here. Not just one person. A collection of people. So never think what you do towards this platform don't matter to me. Because it does. Huh? And it's all significant. Just like every aspect of your body, the fingernails, the cuticles around your fingernails, all of it's significant. Huh? The hairs on your finger, it's the body. It's the body. It's the body of Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi. I play a part and I am trying to bring glory to these ATR for the sake of other frequencies and vibration that I hear. You want to be acknowledged. I'm acknowledging you. But I would not acknowledge you above your purpose. I would not acknowledge you above your ability to exist in this in this platform. Because I don't want you to get hurt. Going beyond that. And there go my Darius. Many of y'all don't understand that I want way more for you than you can imagine. But I don't want to rush you. I want to make sure that you're committed. I want to make sure that you understand your role, your significance, and how you can hurt the body by not knowing your role, not knowing your ego, not having your ego in check. Sometimes you can pull back at the wrong time from certain people and do more damage. Sometimes just standing still, and just because you don't understand something, don't make a move. All this is important when it comes down to your ego. I have a very short fuse. I have a temper. And a lot of times I do not allow that temper to sabotage. Because if I let my ego, my important who I think I am, I would have did a lot of things a long time ago. But because I knew I played a certain role in certain people's life, I wag with them. I try to be in harmony with them. But when you are running reckless with your ego, and you not putting that in check, you become a danger to the body. Just like when the organs get out of whack, the body starts fighting against itself. And a house divided against itself cannot stand. I got you, Darius. Thank you. That's why this is significant. Stop gossip. I hope this helped. I hope you comment up under this video. I hope you have a better understanding of ego. Reversal. Stop gossip. And love. And Keish, thank you so much, baby. Because sometimes you get in the name call, I have so many people be sending me stuff. I don't want none of y'all to think at whatever place that some of you guys are out here, like these waves is serious out here in these ATRs as a black melanated man. And to speak my level of truth, it is something serious. I had to take another spiritual bath tonight, and now I got to find the phone. But I will find it. I always do. Locate it. I suffer no loss. Oh, here it is. How do I go about getting an update on my new this candle. Like it or something more I need to do. I posted some pictures, but I still have the candles in the church. Yes, Stormy, I seen what you seen. I gotta get off of here. This phone, guys. You should inspire. Okay, all of us for me. Dream work. She. Yeah. Put on the web. I'm gonna let Monique, Lydia. I'm gonna let Monique figure that out. I don't know, cause she's dealing with that for me. But we'll find out, and I'll get it to you. That's for sure. I think it's $80 for if you want me to burn incense. That's only $20. But if you want a pack of that triple threat incense, that's $80 on the website. But you can also we'll figure that out. All right. Someone said go eat. Yeah, I'm got to go eat. But thank you guys. If I can I get. You want a reading, Keish? I think Lydia, my Cash App is $ Apostle Ely 1. Make sure you're doing that. Oh, you want to get an update through and Stormy? I'm gonna get your progression session done too this week. Woo, there's you know. I do it. I probably when I go to the church, maybe I could do it Sunday, y'all. Go through the candles with you guys. Sunday for the those that got your New Year's candle, and kind of read those candles for you guys. Cause I'm really good I've been doing candle magic a long time, so I'm really good at reading candles and stuff and their significance and the energy in it. But Mother Susan can tell you that those candles were. I had one person's baby Eric candle was black like a mother sucker, but everybody else stuff was like pretty clear and stuff like that. But I can still read those candles for you guys. I have no problem. And then you'll learn how to read candles for real. All right, guys. Much love. Don't forget to hit that like, comment up under this video, and we're gonna see how this turned out. All right. God bless you. Good night.